What is going on? Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. We made a really awesome trip, me and Dad, to Africa. We were going for about 10-15 days between traveling and hunting, and basically we were going right smack dab in the middle of opening weekend. I'm going to be running the compound bow, the COYOTE, this year for a little while. Been running a crossbow for the last couple of years and still probably will run a crossbow a little bit. Last year was pretty much exclusively crossbow. This year I wanted to get the compound back out, shoot it a little bit more, just because I missed it. The crossbow is very deadly. It is way more lethal than a compound is. It's way more accurate, way more kinetic energy, kills them a lot better, which is really what you want, but I just wanted something a little different this year, so we're going to go back and shoot the compound for a little bit. Hit that subscribe button because we are a growing channel. We're trying to get this thing to 100,000 subs, so every click gets us a little bit closer to that goal. So thanks for hanging out. Let's go have some fun. Well, we're making our way into this spot, and this is this is the Redworks Carbon RX1. So this is an older bow, but I really like it. I shoot it good. Try to slide into this stand real quick. Well, guys, we are gambling pretty hard right here. Worried that we're going to get a little wet, I believe. Where the weatherman said that the rain was coming from, this property is, I mean, just right on the edge of this sail that's coming. So the bulk of it, the worst part of it, looks like it's going to miss us. We might still get a little wet. Pine trees, they're cut off right here to my left, and they create enough shade that the grass in about a 80-90 yard stretch, in about 30-40 foot wide, 30-40 yards wide, the grass is lower than everywhere else. There's a good chance that these deer will transition up under me, and if that's the case, we should be able to have a relatively close shot. I think we just need this rain to hold out on us. But we're set up, we're ready to go. Maybe a shooter will come in. Alright guys, we've got, I see several deer over there feeding in that cutover. I can tell the majority of them. Oh, there's a good buck. Real good buck. Y'all might have been able to see him right there. That was one of my shooters for sure. Dang it. We're going to be so close to getting ran off by this thunderstorm. That shooter, I recognized him. He's a big 8, maybe a 9. He's got a little kicker on his left side. And I don't know if it'll score or not. That bigger deer, he wasn't really meandering around over in there. He was kind of on a mission. Like I was looking through there in my binos, and I was actually looking for those other deer, and all of a sudden he just went walking through. There's a couple younger deer right there that's working their way this way. these guys are a lot more cautious. There's that second deer back behind him. That son of a... Y'all want to talk about a deer having a sixth sense? I mean, that deer just... He was right there at the fence. He crossed exactly where those other deer crossed at. All he had to do was cross and walk this same path. And the thing gets me, there's a persimmon tree over here to the behind me. It's loaded, and that's exactly where those first 3 bucks, that's exactly where they went. It's not like he was nervous. It's like he was just looking into the field, and then he was just like, I don't feel like crossing that fence today. And then now we're getting ready to get caught in a pretty serious storm. Just our luck. Alright guys, we are going back in after that buck that we seen the other day. It rained all day yesterday. It's rained about all day today. We're gonna work our way in. It looks like somebody's coming here and cut grass. We're gonna get set up and check back in with you guys here in a minute. We've got the camera gear rolling. We're still using a Swacker broadhead. Not sponsored by them at all. I don't even know who I am. I really like a Swacker. I'm excited. Really, really excited. Fingers crossed, we're hoping for the best. Maybe we can get it done this afternoon. Looks like we got 1 or 2 smaller bodied deer feeding right there on some acorns. I love watching deer cross a fence. I don't know why, just love it. We're feeding. There's 4 at the bait pile, and then there's 2 in the cutover. And then I actually seen 2 more down to my left in that wood line. Well, actually right there they are. So those other 2 just made their way over. So there's 8 total deer. Maybe more than that. Get my binos up so I can see. Hey, so there's bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a pile of bucks. That's a good thing. Right there looks like a good buck coming. Yep. That's my shooter right there. What buck is that? That's one of my wide 8s. I don't think he is quite on the... He's not quite big enough. I don't believe. That was a beautiful deer. no, that's a pretty good deer right there. But there's one back in there behind him. I think that's a little bit better. Too far to shoot right there, about 60 yards. I got this one big doe that's got, she's all freaked out over something. I think that buck right there is my shooter. No, right there he is. Yeah, that's him. I got a doe about to walk right up under me. That right there is my shooter buck. I got so many eyes on me. These does are about to feed on by me, which is what I need them to do. There you go, big boy. Oh, he's gorgeous. I got this big group of does that's coming by me. Alright, them does are feeding on. Alright, everybody's calm, everybody's good. Get on out here, does. That white egg right there is actually a bigger bodied deer. Yeah, he's definitely the better deer of the two. I think that other one might be older though. If they start walking this way, I'm gonna have to just zoom out because I don't have any control over my remote. He's dead on at 60 yards. That's just too far. He's a beautiful deer. I'm hoping they're going to work their way this direction and come and try to feed on this persimmon tree. That one little bug's working his way this way. I just need them big ones to do it. This buck right here is coming. No way I can pass this deer if he gives me a shot at 20 yards. He's at 30 right there. Deer's coming. I got him. I hit him. Oh, I think I got him. Oh, I don't know about the shot. I do not know about the shot. I do not know about the shot. I think he was a little farther than 30. I got to pass through though, whatever it was. He was far. Damn it. He was farther than 30. I think I hit low. I think I hit freaking low. Damn it. He was behind a little bit of brush. I don't know. They all just tore off running. I don't think he crashed. Damn it. Man, he skirted that. He was just 5 yards past. I don't know. The shot was good on line wise, but man, I don't know. I don't know. Man, he was coming. He stopped right at my 30, and I drew, and he started walking, and I moved the camera. I ain't got a freaking clue if I've got him on film. I really hope I do, so I can watch his footage back. I did get him on footage. He freaking moved right when he got to where I needed him to get to. But I don't know. He did not jump my arrow at all, which is a good thing because he was a little bit farther than where Very, very, very little penetration. Very little penetration. I thought it was a clean pass through, but it was not. I've got blood here. I've got blood there. So there's blood on this bush. There's blood here. My guess is he went off down through there, but my first initial take. This is the trail he was standing on. It's 34 yards. I think the shot was low and forward. The arrow is in him, or the broadhead is in him, but I only got about that much. It's broke off. I got about half an arrow's worth of penetration. When I was at full draw, and he was just in a steady walk. I drew, he walks in the frame, and it's like as soon as he starts to get in the frame, he starts jumping. Let's get everything down out of this stand. And I think we're gonna back out, maybe go get the dog. All right, guys, so it has been 2.5, 3 hours since I shot. Could not find any blood really past the arrow, which I didn't go far, maybe 5-10 yards. Found a little bit good blood right where the entrance was, but did not get a lot of penetration. We've got Milo loaded up right there, so hopefully between us three we can kind of comb this tall field if he's in the field and find him. If not, I hope. I heard something crash, but there was a bunch of deer. I have no idea what's going on, if the deer is dead, but my left and right axis is good. So we're gonna load up, we're gonna ride over and just take it slow, see what we can find. So he come right through here, and there's your blood. You can see there's some hair, which I mean isn't a huge deal. Ow, damn briar. But like, it's not lung blood, which the shot left and right wise was not on the path for lung, like it was on the path for heart or main artery. So he's standing here and he jumped, arrow broke, laid here, and I found I broke right here. I broke this because there was blood right here somewhere. He did not go down in the field. Like, I seen him, well, he at least made it to where that thick green stuff is over there, where, you know, it opens up that last 15 yards before you get to the fence. I know he made it to at least that this way, and like it's like he went around whatever that noise was. But it could have, I mean, it could have been deer jumping the fence. I mean, there was so many deer in here. There's a what? I mean, I can see something in there with my thermal, but I can't tell a lot about it. No, dude, that's him. That's him. Yeah, that's him. I just seen his rack. I just seen his freaking rack. His head's down. His freaking head is down. That was him I was seeing.
I told you I saw his little tail.
Look at this freaking shot.
Is that where that's supposed to come out?
No, that's the entry. He was standing on, that's the shot I shot him on.
It come right through there. It didn't go through. Shit, I don't know how he did that.
I mean, what? That's low, 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 low. There to in that chest cavity.
Never seen that before. Never.
That's the wildest shot I've ever seen. I did not think that that's where that shot was. That's not a good shot. Well, guys, we found him. I brought the thermal scanner with me, and just because tracking at night, that's one of the greatest tools that you can have of, you know, trying to find a deer. I knew there was an area where I had last seen him, and I told Dad, I said, let's try to get down to that spot where we last seen him, where we can get out of this tall, real tall, nasty grass, head high. Let's just see if we can pick up a blood trail. Not necessarily so much that we wanted to blood trail him, but mainly so that we could try to put more pieces of the puzzle together, because I knew the shot was low. It felt low when I shot, and then when I actually had a time to range where he was standing, he was at about 35 to 36 yards, and I shot him for 30. And all that came from when he walked through my 30-yard lane, I drew, or when he was getting ready to, I drew. He was in camera frame. He jumps through the camera frame over to this other side, and I take my elbow and I try to move the camera, and I thought he was in frame, but he wasn't. And I thought he was still at 30 yards, but he had clearly kind of went away from me. But this is a shot that I've tracked a lot of deer, seen a lot of deer die. I've never seen a shot like this work out for somebody. So we'll get him out here. Let's let you guys get a little bit better look at him. Well, guys, I'm gonna try to get over here so the light's not too bright in my face, and let y'all take a look at this awesome, awesome, beautiful, beautiful buck. The shot placement, hands down, this is the craziest shot that I've ever seen actually take down a whitetail deer. And I'll show you guys here in just right now. I'll overlay some footage of the actual exit. The broadhead is actually poking through on the opposite side, which is really, really crazy. Because what the arrow did is it actually came down, and the only thing I can figure is the deer was standing on uneven ground, so his left arm or left front leg would have been slightly up with his right one more down. And where I hit looks like which it was low, there's no debating that, but it looks lower than what it actually was, because it hit arm, but then passed through the entire chest cavity and actually clipped his heart and some main arteries, which was obviously what I was hoping was going to happen, was that I was going to hit some artery. But the fact that, you know, the shot was that low and that crazy, you know, just made it that much better. But this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful deer. This is by far the biggest, what I'm going to call archery buck. I killed a way bigger deer with a crossbow, and you know, they're both archery if you want to. But for those of you guys that are, you know, going to whine about it, and this is my biggest deer with a compound bow. Not my biggest one ever with an arrow, just in general, but an absolutely beautiful, beautiful buck. The fact that I was able to get him on camera the first time I came and hunted, and he was, you know, we were so close. All he had to do, I really and truly believe that all he had to do was just flat out jump the fence, and he was going to walk right by us on that first pass. This afternoon, the one good thing that we had going for us is we had some older, more mature does that had already made their way by, already kind of went by, scoped everything out, didn't freak out, and that allowed all these bucks to kind of come out into the field, relax, kind of spar, push each other around. And there was actually an older buck with this guy. It was an older 8-pointer, and I was this close. I literally had tension on my bowstring because he came in at the perfect 30-yard shooting lane that I had, and I was literally about to draw. And as soon as I started to draw, out of the corner of my eye, this deer was still feeding. He turns and just starts walking directly with him. And that's been this deer's MO, is he lets all the other deer kind of go out and do their thing. And then he's always the last one to come. He's the last one to commit. He's just the last one to show up. And as soon as I seen him committing, I just let off the bow, let the tension off, and decided that this was going to be the one that I was going to take. Unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera. That is the absolute just death of dadgum solo filming. I had everything set up exactly how I needed, started to draw, come to full draw. As soon as he stepped into my lane, I was watching the viewfinder. As soon as he started to step in, I went to get down on my peep sight and was going to stop him. And as soon as I got on my peep sight, he made 2 or 3 big lunges, got out of frame, and I literally am at full draw, taking my elbow and trying to spin and turn the camera to where this deer is at. And I turned it, you know, couldn't really see because the camera has turned so much, had absolutely no idea where he was at, or if he was in camera in focus or not. And I knew it was basically do or die. Let an arrow fly. Thought he was still at 30. He was actually at 35, 36. And that's a judgment error on me. It can very easily happen, especially in that situation where you get a deer at a certain spot that you've ranged, you've memorized, and the deer takes off and goes to a different area, and you have to make a split-second decision as far as what distance that deer is at. It's very easy to make that mistake. And on this one, there's no other way to say it, but I really got lucky with the shot placement. The fact that it actually would have helped me a little bit better if he would have jumped the bowstring, but these deer had absolutely no idea that I was there, and this deer had no idea what was happening until the arrow actually hit him. It's one of those situations where, you know, I wish he kind of would have jumped the bowstring, and, you know, a lot of times you don't wish that. You wish that you can, you know, just put your pin where you want to aim, where you want the arrow to hit, and that's where it hits. But what a fantastic, cool hunt. We are off to a awesome season. We've had 2 really good hunts for the youth hunt up in another state, and coming down here, this is only my 2nd hunt of the year, which is just crazy to me to think that we've got this deer on the ground with a bow, and we still got all season to try to find another big bruiser buck to try to get on film and get killed for you guys. This is a awesome hunt, and I'm really excited that you guys hung out with me on my channel and watched what I've got going on. If y'all are new to Southern Extreme TV, we are trying to grow this family to 100,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, because every click gets us one step closer to that goal. And if you guys have already subscribed, make sure you share these videos, because that puts our content out in front of people that doesn't know anything about Southern Extreme TV. So really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Make sure you stay tuned. We will see you guys on the next episode.